So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, so week 5 of the NFL season is coming to a close, and for the Chicago Bears, they take a heartbreaking loss to the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday. In this video, I'm going to give y'all a quick little recap of what I saw during the game, give grades for offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. Without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. The Bears take a heartbreaking loss against the Vikings in a game they played pretty well in the second half. I'm not going to hold y'all for too much longer. Let's just get straight into it. The elephant in the room. How did Justin Fields play on Sunday? Well, he played dang good. This is clearly the best game he's played all season. He was 15 of 21 for 208 yards passing. He averaged 13 yards per throw. He had 1 touchdown, no interceptions, and he was only sacked twice. He had a 118 quarterback rating. Justin Fields, I felt like he played pretty well for the first and second half. Now, obviously, the first half for the Bears was uninspiring, and it looked like they were going to get blown out like I predicted. But that second half, Justin Fields was leading his team, trying to lead his team to victory. You know, he was comfortable. He was making plays with his feet. He was making plays with his arms. He wasn't, uncomfortable in the pocket. He wasn't skittish. He didn't miss too many wide open receivers. Again, though, the supporting cast for the Bears let him down on Sunday. The Bears had every opportunity to win that game, especially on that last possession. Fields was comfortable. He was driving them down the field. I'll get to that in a minute. But overall, Fields played great. It was his best game of the season. Hopefully he can build off that going into Thursday night when they play the Commanders. But very inspiring stuff for Justin Fields. Rushing. Now, the rushing game. Fields, again, did all that by himself. He had 8 attempts for 47 yards. He averaged 5 yards per carry, or per scramble, if you want to call it that. But overall, the running backs were held in check on Sunday. David Montgomery only had 12 attempts for 20 yards. He only averaged 1.7 yards per carry. It was his first game back, so I'm not too worried about that. And Khalil Herbert only had 4 attempts for 11 yards and averaged 2.8 yards per carry. Honestly, the Bears' rushing game kind of suffered because they didn't have the ball a lot. When you can't get consistent first downs, especially in that first half, it felt like the Vikings had the ball forever. And part of that is on the defense, but a lot of it is on the offense too. But mainly on the defense, because they didn't really give their offense a chance to possess the ball until the second half. So the rushing game, I'm not too worried about that. They kind of, suffered from not having the ball a lot. I will say that Justin Fields, he made so many plays with his legs that he was the Bears' rushing game. And, running against the Vikings with those big bodies inside, it's difficult. So not a very pristine day for the rushing, but you can't really blame them too much. Let's go to receiving. Everybody pretty much got involved in receiving. David Montgomery was our leading receiver. He only had 4 targets, 4 receptions, 62 yards, and his longest catch was for 30 yards on that screen. He was the best. He was probably one of the best receiving targets today, next to Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney has started to heat up. He made that great one-handed catch. It was amazing, and that really sparked the Bears' offense, especially in that second half. It just felt like the Bears' passing game has started to get a little bit of a rhythm. Cole Kmet got involved. He had 4 receptions for 45 yards. Mooney had 52 yards. St. Brown, he had a couple catches. Bayless Jones, he even saw the field for a minute. He caught the lone touchdown pass on a jet sweep. So my thing is, Dante Pettis is providing basically nothing for the receiving game, because it's not really like about his route running, because he's getting open. His route running looks good, but he can't catch. He's dropping. This is now like his 4th drop of the season, and those are drive killers. Like he's past the sticks, he's past the first down marker, and he's just dropping easy passes, and that just kills the Bears' drive and momentum. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Amir Smith-Marset, on the very last play of the game, caught a pass on the sideline, perfectly delivered by Justin Fields. Unfortunately, he thought he was Barry Sanders, and he didn't get out of bounds because the clock was running down. And, technically, you as a receiver, you got to know you got to get out of bounds. But instead, he wanted to try to be the hero and he got stripped. And that basically ended the game. The Bears have too many fringe receivers that shouldn't really be in the game. At this point, you know, Velus Jones can provide more than Ihmir Smith-Marsette and Dante Pettis. I don't really see a drop-off there because, you know, if you're going to get the same production, at least get the same production with a guy that has more upside. So, overall, besides Dante Pettis and Ihmir Smith-Marsette, I thought the receiving game did well, and they put points on the board. Let's go to defense. This is another problem. The defense in the second half, yeah, they played well until the last drive of the game. The Vikings stayed on the field for what 12 minutes on that last drive. They, you know, the main issue for this Bears defense, and I said it during the video, was that the Bears cannot stop the run. They proved that again because Dalvin Cook ran wild. But really, the main thing that killed them on Sunday was Justin Jefferson. I said without Jalen Johnson, they were going to struggle, and that's exactly what they did. It just seemed like Jefferson was wide open on every single play. Jalen Jones was nowhere near good enough to cover him. I felt like Kindle Vildor did a better job, but, you know, Justin Jefferson is a top 5 receiver. You're not going to cover him without Jalen Johnson. And I felt like that's what really hurt the Bears. You know, Kyler Gordon, he played better. He made a lot of clutch tackles. He actually had very good coverage, but he's a rookie, so, you know, I didn't expect him to be on Jefferson too much. I felt like Eddie Jackson played well. He made a couple good tackles. But the Bears got an interception by Kindle Vildor, but they didn't put too much pressure on Kirk Cousins. They had 1 sack. They're not generating near enough pass rush to be effective on defense. That's hurting them because these teams are just staying on the field way too much. So overall, other than Kyler Gordon and Kindle Vildor, I felt like the defense suffered a lot. Roquan Smith, he has to play better. You can't just put a game against a rookie running back. You got to start tackling these elite running backs because that's really making the Bears' run defense suffer. Special teams, Cairo Santos, he did his job. 3 of 3 on field goals. His longest was 51. He kept us in the game. Hats off to him. Now, let's get into grades. For the offense, I'm going to go with a B-. They put points on the board. I would like to see them run the ball a little bit better. And, you know, they still had moments where they were a little conservative. But overall, I thought they played well enough. I felt like Justin Fields got let down by his supporting cast. And the Bears' offense did everything to try to win this game, but a few key players kind of let them down. Defense. I'm going to give the defense a C. I would go D, but just for the fact that Kindle Vildor has played so well for the Bears this year, he's changed the momentum of the game. But that run defense, it needs some help. That linebacking core needs some definite help, and that pass rush needs to get better. So I'm gonna go with the C for defense. Special teams, they get an A+. I felt like Cairo Santos kept us in the game, hit a lot of good field goals, and not too much on kick and punt return. But Velus had a pretty good kick return. So yeah, A for special teams. For coaching, I'm gonna go B- because they made the adjustments at halftime. I would like to see them do that for the entire game. I would not say I want to see every week, you know, a second half team. And but I do feel like Luke Getsy called his best game of the year. He was aggressive. He was letting Justin Fields play. So I'm gonna go with the B- for the coaching. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. We got the Commanders on Thursday. Hopefully the Bears can squeak out a win against a not very good Commanders team. But I'm gonna get up out of here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Leave your comment in the comment section as I will be reading them. Follow me on social media. Bear down. Peace.